everybody, and welcome to another season of Yawkey League coverage here on YawkeyBaseball.com. I'm Pete Lankarts of the Brighton Braves, and along with me tonight is longtime friend of the YBL and our media relations director for the last 10 years, Stu Slaver. We're at Trump Field in Somerville, where once again the Alabrandies are defending the title of 13th, which of course means that there are 15 other teams gunning for them. A big target on their back.
Big bullseye.
Big bullseye. So that's the subject for our episode tonight, actually, on 2 for 4. Is I'm just going to give you Stu Slaver's picks and predictions for the 2013 Yawkey League season. Stu, take it away.
All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go division by division first. We'll start with the Bill Stewart Conference and the Ted Williams division. As usual, the Alabrandies are already 3-0. It's apropos that we're here at Trump Field that I might as well tell you right off the top that it's going to be very difficult to beat this team. They've reloaded. They've added a nice young pitcher from Brandeis, and they've added a couple other guys on their team. And the cool thing about Somerville is that they have the perfect mix of veterans and youngsters on their team. And it just seems that they get better every year. It's going to be tough to beat this team, but there are some teams out there that are going to give them a go, a real go. Now in the division, Malden seems to always be there. I don't know, since Malden's lost a couple of players off the team, they quite have what it takes to really push some of them this year. Maybe it'll take another year or two.
I expect them to compete.
They'll definitely compete. The team to watch out for in that division is the team Stoneham. Stoneham has got some really young players, and they really did a great job last year. And they can only get better with the extra experience.
And only their second year in the league too, which is even more impressive.
They beat East Boston.
Swept them.
Yeah,
in the playoffs last year.
Isn't that something? And you know, we can talk about East Boston because, but I'll get to that division afterwards. Because next up we have the Johnny Pesky division, where it's Revere and the 3 Brighton teams. And one of the teams that I think is really going to be in there at the end is Revere. They got a solid team, and you know, if I was to make a prediction, it's going to be between Revere and East Boston to play against Somerville in the finals. No offense to the Braves, but I will say this:
Stu's picks, not mine.
Yeah, they're my picks. No disrespect meant. The Brighton teams, though, I will say this, and I think I was talking about this with Dave earlier. I said that right now it doesn't look like there's any team that can't make the playoffs. So, I mean, that includes all the Brighton teams.
Sure.
I just think that this year is one of those years where you can't count anybody out.
A lot of league parity.
I agree. I really think so. So, I mean, I'd have to pick Revere in that division. In the Kaliastremski division, it's the McKay Club, East Boston, South Boston, and Savin Hill. McKay has started out pretty strong. They've got quite a few changes on their team. Some young pitchers and some names that I'm not really quite familiar with, but they're doing the closer by committee, I understand.
Are they?
And well, that's what it seems like. The first 2 games, they've had a different closer in there, but they've got their whole standby. Keith Tambling and a couple of the other guys.
They picked up Greg Dubella as well.
That's right.
From the Stoneham Sabres from last year.
That's right. So they still have a decent team, but I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them to beat on East Boston this year. Really
tough squad.
East Boston's very tough, and they picked up 2 guys from Malden. They picked up Brad Tardagno, and they picked up Luongo, which is a fantastic game the other night. Yep. So East Boston only got better. I mean, they lost again the other night, but they just got better. In the Tony Conigliaro division, we have right now South End at the top with Al Thomas, the Dodgers, and West Roxbury trailing them. Al Thomas, you better think, is going to make a run at it because they have such a strong team. Really lose anybody, I don't think. I mean, you see they have the same guys.
Chris McDonough won't be able to pitch.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they've retooled and kept their talent,
right,
it seems like.
I mean, they started out slow, and I think that South End started to improve at the end of the year.
Rogers update?
And if they can continue that, then maybe they'll be able to push Al Thomas.
And their pitchers are off to a very strong start already. I've noticed that.
Absolutely. So again, if I was done to make a final prediction right now, if you were going to hold me to it, I'd have to say it's going to be Somerville.
Boston, I want to have 9 guys.
And who wins?
It's going to be tough to beat Somerville. It's really tough. I mean, we just saw him tonight at Trum. They look good. And then Lamar Ray, that young guy, pitched 2 innings. He was unhittable. He really was. Really unhittable.
Well, there you have it. Those are Stu's picks for the 2013 Yawkey League season. perhaps halfway through the season we can revisit them,
The Braves will be
see
up
where
there.
they measure up. Maybe they will be. But until then, for Stu Sclaver, I'm Pete Lankarge, and we'll see you next time on YawkeyBaseball.com.